This might be a difficult question to answer, but what goes through your mind when you're on stage? Is it a very conscious thing, or is it a very
I have a blackout, seriously. I'll walk on stage 45 minutes later. It's like you fall asleep at night and you wake up in the morning and you don't remember what's in the meantime.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel, and I assume you too.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that much. If I think it, I'm getting out of the mood and doing destroying
Yes. Don't
stuff.
think, do.
You know, like putting energy in it, and if you're like angry about anything, I don't know, a broken cymbal or a broken stick, you just play harder. And sometimes we get the moment when we look at each other and everybody, and we both are like giving all we can at the moment, and it's like it's really fun. It's a
You gotta leave all human problems and emotions behind.
yeah.
No, for real, it sounds like a little bit.
And I would say like our shows are kind of unique about because there's not a routine.
We really get lost in it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know any different. Like, I knew different with other bands. I played in other bands and I had a lot of passion for those bands as well, but I always felt like, yeah, honestly, I just could smoke a cigarette and check my cell phone while I'm playing, you know?
Right.
But with this band, we're really like entering some sort of dark zone, like not a negative thing, but just like a blackout moment.
And then obviously the preparation for this is in the creative aspect of the music. So what is the creative process like for you, the songwriting process? Do you already think about, okay, we want to sound like this, we want to be
I think
we want
he's
this kind of song.
Thinking the whole time about music and like ideas and stuff. Even when we're like sound checking, it's like one idea, so we are just recording it with a cell phone and keep this stuff together. And he has like hundreds and thousands of like little snippets of ideas. So that's been like our process.
I can't let things go, that's the problem, because I'm like fucking possessed with that. So even when we're sound checking or driving in a van, I always got some ideas and I sing it to a cell phone or like try to record some sketches or whatever. And the creative process have changed, because when we're beginning, nowadays I live in the United States and Erinc is still in Germany, so we only meet up for studio or touring. And we rarely rehearse because we tour so much. There's no real need for rehearsing, you know, because we never had the goal to be professional, good musicians. It's about that moment you've been talking about. So nowadays that we live so far apart from each other, it's just like I come up with ideas and then we meet up and try if those ideas work with the two of us. And what's left we take to the studio and record.
So. Having released a spell, I think it's a year ago now.
Yeah.
Where are you now in the creative process? Are you thinking about new work already, or?
Dude, we just recorded the new record in Florida like 2 months ago. It's ready and it's gonna come out in late August. So this is my favorite part, like of the cycles of the band, because we just did all the work and now it's just touring and drinking beer and talk to people and yeah.
What can you tell me about the album? In terms of also in terms of kind of the sonic development of the band.
Yeah, I mean, good thing is you're gonna like it if you like the first two records and the EP, because we did not ever try to change the concept of the band. As said, we're not a project. We're very one-dimensional, primitive people making primitive music for very primitive people. So. Therefore, the new record is I think we skipped the bullshit that other bands do better than us. I didn't care anymore for subgenres. People call us a sludge band, whatever. I don't care for that. We're like pop people. We want to write songs and play rock and roll music, as dark and heavy, as sinister as possible. So the new record, I think, is more song orientated. We got like 12 songs on it, and it's like song, and not like this, hey, it's a good record if you like that and that genre. It's more like, hey, this is like every song is very different from each other, and I think we just got way better in songwriting, which is on time, because with the third record, you gotta make sure not to do the same thing you did on the first and the second record, because then you might have been good in a certain sound, but with the third record out, people gonna judge you by these songs. Right. And I think we nailed that.
You mentioned the dark side again. Do you know why you're attracted to, especially in the themes as well, but attracted to the darker, raw, more emotional side of music?
Well, don't think. I don't mean when we're talking about dark side, it's not a negative.
No.
It's more like
In terms of energy.
dark means for me not thinking, no human, like letting all kind of control go. That's what I mean with dark, like being driven by your passion and by some sort of force I can't even name, but just that. And just like, you know, it's the beauty of destruction. It's fun to fuck shit up. It's fun to be violent. It's like that's why people meet up for fights in forests.
It seems like it's not fun to be nice. It's more fun to be like, yeah, destructive and.
Yeah, it's just like it's a you know, you got a certain urge to survive. Like it's with Freud, Sigmund Freud, you got a certain urge to survive and you got a certain urge to fucking die, like Thanatos, like the urge to die or whatever, to be destructive, and that has a certain magic in it to. But it's all in. It's positive because we get lost in this process. It's like I know this word is kind of used influential nowadays, but it's some sort of a ritual. When I go on stage, or we both, it's like a switch we turn, and then you got lost for 45 minutes, then you wake up again, and what the fuck did I do? But I hear the people screaming, best case scenario.
Ass.
Yeah, you kick ass, man. And then I assume it was good.
But the final question then. You mentioned the crowd. So what is one of the best things you've heard from the crowd that or from a fan about your music?
Don't fucking talk, play. Play more and skip the bullshit. That tells me that the people appreciate the music.
Well, one more then, because well, you say cut the bullshit, and do you think there's too much of that in music these days?
Oh hell yeah, a lot of image, a lot of gimmicks, the worst. Hey, we have this band, and wow, we got corpse paint, or wow, we all wear white suits, big fucking news, haven't seen that ever, stuff like that. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but just like, how can you, is this really your concept? You're in a mediocre band, and it's like, hey, let's all wear the same dresses and shit like, come on, dude, seriously. There's a lot of gimmicks people try to rely on, and a lot of one-dimensional practical jokes, whatever. It's just, I don't get it, but do whatever you got to do.
So
it's
for
not
you,
interesting for us.
Actually, we got a kind of uniform when we go on stage, but it's like
We're
about,
bare-chested.
yeah, it's because when we're touring, so we are like we would have to like do laundry pretty often if we would wear shirts on stage. No, that's about it.
Sounds sensible.
Yeah, it's just, I don't want to point fingers, but I personally think there's a lot of bands. Nothing again, I'm a showman myself. I enjoy a show. I like a big sound, big light. I do enjoy all that, but here it is. Your band still has to survive and kick ass and slay in front of 12 people with a shitty rehearsal room, PA system, and no lights, no PA, nothing. Just like, and if you still slay then, or even better, then your band obviously has a certain something. If you don't, if you need all that gimmicks, then I accept you as an artificial product, but not necessarily as someone I should fear.
I think on that note, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.